shortly. You're going to see widespread power outages as a result of Hurricane Ian making landfall and then working its way through the state of Florida. But we're working with all of those companies to make sure that they have the ability to get in as soon as possible and to help restore power once the storm passes. And that's both FDOT as well as Florida Highway Patrol with that. FloridaDisaster.org /get a plan if you have any questions about what is going to be happening within the next 24 hours. And what's going to happen is this is a relatively slow-moving storm now. When it actually reaches landfall, it's likely to go to a trickle. That's going to dump an enormous amount of rain on the state of Florida. It is going to work its way from southwest Florida up to the central part of our state. It's going to have major impacts in places like Osceola County, Orange County, and it's now projected to exit the state of Florida after passing through Volusia County, and it will go into the Atlantic Ocean and likely probably gain strength and run into some other state. But once it gets out of Florida, it's going to be kicking up a lot of water, and that's going to impact northeast Florida. It's going to impact the St. Johns River. It's going to impact Duval County. So this is going to have widespread impact. So you see major hurricane category 4, that initial impact, that's going to be severe. The storm surge is going to be severe. Obviously, the water and the flooding for a slow-moving storm, very severe impacts in southwest Florida. But those impacts are going to continue going out all through the state. So this is not going to end up leaving the state of Florida until sometime on Friday morning. So this is a lot of nasty weather that we're in store for over the next few days. Kevin Guthrie is here, as well as Jimmy Petronas. So I'll let Kevin come up, and then we'll hear from Secretary Perdue and CFO.
Thank you, Governor. Again, appreciate your continued leadership on this response to Hurricane Ian. As you said, currently Hurricane Ian is bringing tropical storm force winds and rain to the Keys and South Florida. Our meteorologist just mentioned to us that before coming in here that our tropical storm force winds may extend out at landfall 300 plus miles to the northeast. So again, as the governor's already mentioned, this will be a statewide event. This is going to cause conditions for flooding. We've already, as the governor has mentioned, already started seeing tornadoes begin to form. I urge Floridians to monitor weather alerts and seek immediate shelter if tornado warnings are issued. Tropical tornadoes will occur very quickly. They will happen overnight tonight and will occur during heavy rain. You will not be able to see them coming. If you get a weather alert, stay in an interior room of a secure structure away from windows and doors and protect your head and body from any debris. If there is a flash flood warning in your area, remember it is never safe to walk or drive through flooded areas. If there is a flooded roadway, do not drive through the flooded roadway. You do not know what is going on with the roadway underneath. Please turn around and do not drown in that situation. Areas in the South Florida and the Keys began to experience outages, as the governor has already mentioned. We highly encourage you, as such, if you have not lost power, please go by an ATM and have some cash on hand before power is lost in your area. If you happen to have food in your refrigerators, you should limit the amount of times that you open that door. This will help keep your food and perishables intact for a longer period of time. If you are using a generator, remember to keep it elevated on a hard surface to prevent it from getting wet and increasing your chances of electrocution. Again, as we've always said, do not operate your generator indoors. Make sure you keep it outdoors and far away from windows and doors so that no exhaust can enter the home. Generator exhaust contains carbon monoxide, which will be fatal. If residents have questions about resources for Hurricane Ian, I urge them to reach out to their local emergency management or public safety office. This storm will only continue to intensify. If you want to leave, as the governor has said, now is your last chance. We cannot send first responders into harm's way because you decided not to leave. You must leave now. If you have any questions about the status of the storm and you don't have access to a computer, please continue to call our State Assistance Information Line toll free at 1-800-342-3557. The number is 1-800-342-3557. As always, you can follow us on our social media on Facebook and our Twitter page at FLCERT. Again, Governor, thank you very much.
Okay, Jared.
Yes, thank you, Governor. Earlier today, efforts were taken to enhance the ease of evacuations for Floridians by suspending tolls in Central Florida and activating what we call emergency shoulder use along the I-4 corridor from Tampa to Orlando. Allowing motorists the ability to use the shoulder as an extra lane of travel helped more vehicles to evacuate safely and quickly out of the Tampa area. We are seeing I-4 traffic volumes return to routine travel conditions, allowing us to pick up the emergency shoulder use and prepare for the storm's landfall. Toll suspension will remain in place to aid motorists still looking to evacuate and also those that have evacuated to certain areas. The full list of toll facilities that are suspended can be found at fdot.gov/EN toll suspension. As the storm is close to making landfall, FDOT and FHP continue to closely monitor wind speeds and flood-prone areas in case closures are needed on roads or bridges. Once wind speeds on bridges increase beyond 40 miles per hour, sustained, FHP and local law enforcement will begin closing access across bridges to ensure the safety of motorists. The department has worked tirelessly with partners to strategically stage resources in order to immediately begin storm recovery efforts once the storm has passed through. We are staged and ready to perform road and bridge inspections as soon as it is safe to do so. Coastal bridges are absolutely one of our top priorities as we support the life safety mission following the impact of the storm. Additionally, emergency and pre-event contracts have been activated for post-storm operations, including roadway clearance operations, debris removal, traffic signal and lighting repairs, and generators. Having these ready ensure FDOT staff, our contractors, and our partners are ready to spring into action and immediately begin post-storm recovery efforts, including clearing roadways for emergency responders, utility workers, and other agencies to begin their efforts. Transportation partner agencies have made storm preparations and are anticipating efforts to reopen as quickly as possible. Seaports, airports, rail, and transit agencies in the path of the storm have closed in anticipation of the storm making landfall and stand ready to open as soon as it is safe. As families continue preparations and make post-storm plans over the next few days, stay informed of traffic conditions by visiting Florida 511 at fl511.com or downloading the app on both Apple and Android devices. Thank you, Governor.
Okay, Jimmy Petronas.
Thank you, gentlemen. Your leadership is going to save lives. Our urban search and rescue teams stand ready to activate. We have 5 state teams that are activated with additional 5 FEMA teams that are in play. We have over 600 resources to bear in addition to these out-of-town teams. Virginia 1 and 2 just came back from Puerto Rico. They're in Miami, so as this is a full court press on behalf of the state's resources to make sure that our folks have the peace of mind that they know that our state is there to save them at their most critical time. Florida's teams are second to none. I'm incredibly proud of how hard and well they work together, whether it be Hurricane Michael, Irma, or Surfside Building. Florida truly has the best urban search and rescue teams in the nation. They stand ready. And Governor, thank you for your leadership.
Okay, all right. Well, we'll be back very early tomorrow morning, so we'll see you guys. Couple questions, Governor? I'll see you guys in the morning.
Please stand by for the Florida Lottery drawing. The English Voice with Music Mix will be on Right Channel.